everyone, it's Amy, and I am going to make a decorated bird, and I am inspired by Sonya Stepto's Little Mermaid that she made. And when I saw it on my phone, and at a first glance in her hand, I thought it looked like a sequined bird. So even though she made a mermaid, I'm going to use what she did to decorate her mermaid habitat to decorate this little bird, and we're going to see how that goes. I've grabbed out I have some sequins and some glitter and some little flat back crystals. I've got some of those little balls. I have a couple of the hearts that I made that are made out of fingernail polish, and I'm just gonna play. So that's kind of what I saw first thing, and I thought, wow, that's really pretty. And then I realized that it wasn't a bird, but I had that in my head, so I'm gonna just play with this and see what I can do with it. I'm just painting on Elmer's glue, just regular Elmer's glue. It's a little bit, it was in a bottle that was not 100% airtight, so it's a little bit thick, but it's still just plain old. We call it Elmer's. I believe overseas they call it PVA glue. So I'm just going to start by putting on, let's see, what? Let's start by putting on a little bit of glitter. Maybe I should grab a piece of paper. If I'm going to be playing with glitter, it'll be easier to put it back if I have a piece of paper. So here we go. So let me see here. Put him down here. Let's put this on here and see how it looks. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Ooh, that's gorgeous. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna maybe put a different color here. And then maybe I'll put the same pink color on the other side. I know I told myself try not to be matchy-matchy, but I have a really hard time with that. I'm going to go with a turquoise color down the center. And I'm going to grab a different piece of paper. Ooh, this is pretty cool. I really like it. Who doesn't like glitter, right? Okay, I'm going to set this aside. And then I'm going to put some pink on this other side. Yeah, so if you haven't seen Sonya's Mermaid, go over and check that out. It's so cute. It's just adorable. I love it. I'm going to try one of those too, but I couldn't find a little baby doll yet this morning. So I decided to do this instead. Also, before I forgot, it's kind of funny, you know, you watch different things, and a lot of times when you first see something, it hits you as something that it's not. You know, like I said, when I looked at that, it was a little bird. And that's where a lot of my ideas come from. I'll make something that actually was inspired by something totally different, but at some point in time, I looked at it and that's what it reminded me of. I need a little bit more right there, because I don't want a gap. I do have a little bit of pink in the blue right here, and that's okay with me. I think that looks really cool. Now let's see. I think that I'm going to put this right around his eye. You know what? I have a smaller brush. For this part right here, I think the smaller brush would be easier. I'm painting over his eye because sometimes my hands are too shaky to get it exactly where I want it. I'm also going to put just a little bit here above his beak. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And I'm going to wipe the eye off before I sprinkle the glitter on it. But if it gets some glitter on it, I can always wipe that off before it dries. No big deal. Okay. Got a little bit of on his beak. Wipe that off. Let's see. I should have had a Q-tip for his eye. So I'm going to just go ahead and put the glitter on there. I think I need a little bit more down here. There we go. Done some glitter on both sides. Okay, I'm going to grab the phone, grab a Q-tip, and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry for the interruption. I did go ahead and I just used a Q-tip and just got the glitter off of his eye, or I guess I should say her. And I pulled out some little crystals that I want to put on the back. But first I think I want to put a little bit of like a whitish glitter on the wings, because I think the gray is a little bit, it's too gray for this pretty bird. So I am going to use my bigger brush, I think. Just dry it off. Grab some glue. And then put a little bit of glue on the wings. So, no, I thought that the phone call was I was hoping it was my well man, because he was supposed to come out yesterday. And he didn't make it, so I was hoping that was him calling to say he was on his way. But it wasn't. So, hopefully he'll call shortly. Our water's getting very low. They told us a long time ago that we needed a new well, but we have really good water. And my mom and dad got a new well, a long time ago now, and they had good water. But when they got their new well, I mean, it's drinkable water. It's safe. It's been tested, but it's kind of rusty water. And so we put it off and put it off and put it off, but now it's getting to the point where you can't do two things at one time. You can't like run the dishwasher and take a shower, or run the washing machine and the dishwasher. So it is definitely time to get a new well. And I need it before the snow flies, which is coming quicker than we think. We've been on the list with one well man since March, and he hasn't made it yet. So we had to switch. And so I'm hoping this guy can get here before the end of September. There, that's pretty. Nice and sparkly. Get some on the other side. But yeah, it's kind of been a summer. We had to have our deck done, and I stained our deck the last time that we had it done. And it took me all summer, because you have to wait 2 days after it rains, and you can't do it in direct sunlight. And so it was like, you know, every time that it rained, I'd have to wait 2 days, and then I would be able to paint part of it in the morning and part of it in the afternoon, so that it wasn't in direct sunlight, and it took me all summer. And so this year we decided that we were going to have it done, and they came out, and oh, it was not a good thing. So they just slapped it on there, and it was like brush strokes everywhere, and like between the boards they didn't even get any stain. And so the owner came out and looked at it and said, oh, yep, they would fix it. I wanted like a clear type stain so that it fades instead of peels. And that didn't work, because then after they did that, then they had to use a heavy stain to cover up what they had done. They wound up using 3 different kinds of stains in the different places, and he kept saying, we won't leave until you're happy. I was just so happy that they left. It's not good. I've had more than one person come over in here and say, you had that done? It's kind of like, yeah, I really expected, and I told him. I said, you know, I expected that when I hired it done, it would look better than when I did it. That looks good too. And I'm really not a complainer. I had such a hard time even calling, but it was so bad I didn't have a choice. I mean, I couldn't leave it that way. And it's still not good. It's kind of acceptable. You would think that I did it myself, or that, you know, that I had my teenage kids do it or something, but at least it's not as bad as it was. They did kind of cover up some of the brush strokes, but there's still, like, you look at it and you can just see like where the boards aren't even stained, like on the edges, even right towards the top. So, and then the well man never came. And then I called my plumber and said, well, who do you recommend as a well man? So they told me another well company, so I called that well company, and come to find out it's the brother of the one that I already had coming. So I really felt bad about that, although I thought, well, I'm glad I didn't say anything bad about the one that was coming, because the one that was coming is one that we've used, you know, when we first got our well here, and we used them to replace Mom and Dad's well, and we've used them for repairs, you know, and they're really good. But, so I said, you know, I had such and such company coming, but they're just not here yet, and I need to make sure I get it. And he said, oh, yeah, well, I'll call him, he says, and, you know, get on him. And I'm thinking, well, that's kind of odd. And he goes, that's my brother. So, so then I felt really bad. But he said his brother was, like, going through something, and, you know, I don't know what it was. He didn't want to say, and I didn't want to ask. So, but at least he's supposed to be coming. This is just a wax pencil, and it's supposed to pick things up. Sometimes it works really well, and sometimes it doesn't. It looks like it's working pretty good today. I'm just going to cover this little back up with pretty pink crystals. I'm hoping the Elmer's glue does hold the crystals well. I'm not so sure how that is going to work, but we'll find out. And if later on they all kind of start to fall off, I'll let you all know. But to a certain extent, glue is glue. Got a little extra one stuck down in there. And that's got glue on the top, so I don't want to use that one right now. Oh, and we got to go to my daughter's this weekend. My brother came and stayed with Papa. And we went for 3 days. We went up on Friday, and we stayed Friday, Saturday, and came home on Sunday, and had just a wonderful time. It was so nice. She lives on a little lake. It was so relaxing. We went kayaking on Sunday morning. That was really fun. I'd never been before, and I thought that I was going to be really sore on Monday, and I was hoping that I wasn't too sore, because Papa had to go for blood work on Monday, and I was hoping I wasn't, like, my arms weren't really sore where it was, they were kind of weak to help him get in the van. But I was not sore the next day at all. I was so surprised, because I'm definitely not in shape. Well, we got another one that's upside down. So, but I think what I'll do, because this is going to take a while, maybe I'll just go off and finish putting all of these on and then come back. It's always hard to know. I mean, I kind of like watching people do things in real time, but I feel like when I'm just doing something like this, if I don't have anything to talk about, and I don't know that I really have anything else to talk about. I don't lead a very exciting life. I don't get out very often, so there's not much to talk about. Although I am going to get out this Friday. Our library is having its annual book sale, and they have like fill a bag for $6. I love to go to that and get different craft books, arts and craft books, and I pick up whatever I see, even if it's not something that I do, because I never know if I might want to do that sometime and will need instruction. And also, if I have someone come over and there's something that they want to know how to do, and it's not something that I normally do, I may have a book that will tell us how to do it. Because I usually have the stuff to do everything, because I've been collecting for my whole life. And I am a hoarder, I will admit it. I like to call it collecting, but I still have craft things from when I was a girl. I just can't ever get rid of it because I always think I might need it someday. And there have been lots of times where something I had thought about getting rid of, I wound up really needing for something, and there it was. So that doesn't help with my collecting problem, because it just solidifies the fact that I might need this someday. And I do like to collect things. And my husband and Papa don't make it any easier, because whenever they see something that they think I ought to have, even if I don't think I ought to have it, they're like, oh no, go get it, you might need it someday. And how can you argue with that? You know, at least if they said, oh, you don't need it, you're a collector and you don't need to collect that, then at least I would have to think twice. But when I've got them both there saying, no, no, go. My husband has Fridays off. He only works 4 days a week. They work 4 10-hour days. And so I do have to say he's very wonderful about once a month he tells me to go to the city, which is about an hour away. To go to the city and go to the craft stores or the recycle store, you know, just to get out of the house. So, but you know, you can't walk into a craft store and walk out with nothing. That's pretty hard. But we have a craft outlet in the big city near us. And so I don't really go to the craft stores that often. I go to Michael's and get paper, like my solid colored paper, you know, and any little things I might need like that. But usually I can find at the craft outlet whatever I'm looking for, and everything is half price. It's like, it's rejects that come back or overstock that comes back from the actual craft stores, and it's attached to a craft warehouse where they ship everything out. So like if their boxes get smashed in any way, the stuff inside might be fine, but if their box gets smashed that they would be shipping it out in, then it gets sold for half price. And then every week different sections of it are on sale for half off the half off. So price-wise, you know, I get so many really good deals there that I don't go to the craft stores very often anymore. And that's where I've gotten quite a few different die cutting machines, because every once in a while they'll get in a whole load of them and sell them just ridiculously cheap. Okay, let's see. Now I've got that on there and it's got spaces between them, so I think I'm going to dump some glitter in there. And what do I want to put in there? Do I want a contrast? That's the same color. These are just the little bottles of glitter that you get, like, I think they're for nails. I think I'm going to put this one on, even though it is pretty close to the same color. It's actually, and I've got a piece of styrofoam here that I'm going to stick my bird in. This is those little balls, those little teeny tiny balls. Oops, oops, I better put a piece of paper under here, because I don't want to be picking up those little balls. I think I'm going to be picking them up anyways because they're rolling off the paper. Okay. Maybe kind of push on them a little bit. Well, let's see. I dumped them all on there. Grab another piece of paper. Put them back on there again. I think I really need to give them a really good push in to get them between. Well, that's a little bit better, but I still have some gaps. So I think I'm going to put a fine light pink glitter on that. Let's see how, put him back in the styrofoam so I can get this open. Put those on there. Try and shake that in a bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, now this will be fun. Do you think I can do it? That's an awfully little bottle. I did pretty good. I'm going to have some mix of balls and glitter together. Those little balls are something else. They go everywhere. Okay, we're going to call that good. Put a lid on that so I don't spill it. Just kind of cover that up. Okay, now what I wanted to do is I wanted to somehow put these hearts like on the wing And I think I'm going to need maybe, if I cut them and bend them, I might be able to push it, because this is kind of like a styrofoam. I might be able to push it in, and that might hold it. So I'm going to hold on for a second, and I'll be back. I'm back. That worked out perfect because it was time for Papa to come over for lunch. So he's had his lunch and just went back home. And I did put one of the little hearts on already. And what I did was they had a long bit of wire on them, so I just snipped it off and bent it sideways at a 90-degree angle. And then I just used a pokey tool, which is here somewhere. There it is. And let's see, I want to get this about, so probably right about here. Okay, and I just took my pokey tool and poked it in, and then I just kind of like went around a little bit because my wires are twisted and they're kind of thick, and then just put it right in there. And pressed it down in there. There we go. Now my bird's got a little heart on each of its wings, and that looks pretty good. And I think for his chest area here, I think I'm going to add some sequins. Oh, look, I just broke it. Uh-oh. Alright, that wasn't very smart. I'm just going to dump some of these out here. And I want to use a mix of colors. And I grabbed out some clear Eileen's tacky glue. Just to, I think that might hold better than the Elmer's glue. And it won't dry as quick, because I wanted to just put it all over the whole thing and then put the sequins on. And I might as well just go, let's say, right down to there. There we go. Oops. I do love this Eileen's Tacky Glue because the cap is nice and flat on the bottom and it keeps it sitting right straight up like that. Okay, I wonder if my little wax pencil will work for these. It looks like they're going to. And I'm just going to mix the colors up. I don't want to have them all be the same. Get some bright colors in here. Oh, that one picked up two at one time and dropped off one. That was funny. Oh, I don't want a gold one there. I've got a gold one above it. Let's go with blue. Come on. I wasn't planning on being picky, but I am. I have such a hard time with that. Just be random. Now that's looking kind of cute. Maybe a little bit messy, I don't know. I'll have to think about it when I get them all on there. Whoops, I don't want that one. That's the same color as the one I just put on there. Even got a couple different sizes here. Put that one down there. That's looking pretty good, I think. I kind of want the like the bowl part up. A few of them are the other way around, but I think I like it better that way. Got a lot of that color on there. Let's put a darker color in. Let's go with brown. That's my favorite color. There's a really pretty turquoise. Some silver. Let's see. Put another pink one on there. There we go. That's covered all of my glue. And I think that that's looking, it looks better actually in person. It looks a little busy on the camera, but it actually is, it's quite pretty. I need another little one over here on the side. Yeah, I think that's looking good. Okay. For right this second, I don't know that I'm going to worry about this bottom part right here, because I want to do the feathers now. Grab my styrofoam, and I pulled out some, I have some long pink rooster feathers. I think I'm going to try and put a couple of these on here. Maybe let's do 3 of these. And then I've got these polka dot feathers. Maybe I'll grab a couple of turquoise. And there's a pink one too. And I just want to add a little bit of feathers to what we've got going on here. I'm going to put the glue right across the top of the tail here, maybe for like 1/4 of an inch. Maybe put some a little bit in here, because there's a gap in there. There's not a gap on the other side. Put the lid on that one. Turn it back upside down. Start with the pink one since they're the longest. Just put one in there. One that way. And put that one right in the middle. That looks really pretty. Give them a push down. Okay. And then let's see. I'm thinking that's a little bit too long. That would look pretty like that, and then maybe put the pink one over here. Okay, I'm going to shorten them up just a little bit. Just going to use my wire cutters here. Only because that's what I have sitting here. Shorten that one up. Let's shorten this pink one up. But keep your fuzzy bits, because you might need those for something else later. You just put them back in with your feathers. Okay, I don't like the pink one in there. And I think I do like the turquoise one, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue on there to hold it. Before I put the glue on there, I wanted to check it and see if I liked it or not. especially with feathers, because once you get glue on them, they get all yucky. Oops, I just moved that one. I just moved all of them. Okay. That right in there. There we go. Oh, I think that looks pretty. I think that all looks really pretty. So this is what we have so far. And the only thing I really have left to deal with it's hard to figure out where to get a hold of it. Okay. To decide what to do here. And I'm thinking maybe I want to sprinkle some glitter on there. Excuse me. Just have to decide what color glitter I want. I've got these little glitters. These are nail art glitters also. This one's, oh, I forget what they call that. Oops, I think I'm opening it upside, yeah, I was opening it upside down. Would that not have been fun? Put that there. I can't find my wire. Okay, I need to move things a little bit. There we go. Sprinkle some of this right on here. I'm going to pat it down. Sonya said when she put these on hers that some of the glue squished out through the hole in the center of the sequin. So I'm kind of hoping that that happened here and that some of that glitter sticks in the center of those sequins. Holographic, that's what I was thinking of. It's got kind of some holographic glitter in it. There we go. That makes that nice and sparkly. And I'm thinking since I put that there, I think I want to put some glue here. And for that I am going to use the Elmer's glue again. And I'm going to put this holographic glitter right in that spot, right underneath. Now I don't remember, here's my glue. I had to move things around when Papa came for lunch because he sits in my chair. So I had to move everything. Where's my... Got my paintbrush, get the water off of it. There we go. And I think I'll put that here. And I don't know, I'm thinking it might be able to be blinged up a little bit more, but I don't know that I have anything else out here to use. I get kind of down in there on the sides too. Okay, yep. My battery's getting low, so definitely this will be my last step for now. Hold on, I have to get another piece of paper. There we go. Let's put this on here. Get it down on each side. There we go. Now he's nice and sparkly there too. So this is what my bird turned out like. I think it turned out very pretty, very blinged up. Whoops, got a little bit of that still stuck on the wing. But yeah, I think that he turned out pretty. Or she. I guess he could be just as pretty as she, huh? Even Papa liked it. He really liked it. He loves sparkles because he can see the sparkle, even though he doesn't see well. That catches his eye. So, there we go. So I hope that you have fun glittering up something and putting some sequins on it. And as I was inspired by Sonya, when the glue dries here, I think that this will look even a little bit more sparkly. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope that you like my glittery mermaid bird. That's what we'll call it. And I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.